All right, women. So today we're going to be reacting to a psychologist talking about how to get any man that you want, how to attract guys into your life. Let's see what he has to say. And we're not going to pause it as much this time. I swear to God, if the channel gets shut down because I'm not pausing it enough, I'm coming at you guys in the comment section. Let's begin with the video.
I'm Dr. Orion Taraban, and this is Psych Hacks, Better Living Through Psychology. And the topic of today's short talk is how to get any man you want, the unbreakable rule. Okay, so this is the third episode in a three-part series entitled How to Get Any Man You Want. This series is for the ladies, and it was created in response to your popular demand. Here's the thing, men are not that complicated. If you are single and you do not want to be, it is your fault, ladies. It all begins with accepting responsibility for that fact. Just like it's the man's fault if he cannot be sufficiently attractive to a woman to secure the sexual opportunity, it is your fault if you cannot be sufficiently attractive to a man to secure the commitment opportunity. It's on you. Fortunately, I'm here to help. Now, to get any man you want, you only really need to do three things. In my first episode, I talked about the first thing: you need to be useful. It's by being useful that you can insinuate yourself so completely into the day-to-day operation of a man's life that it would be next to impossible to get rid of you. That's de facto commitment. In the second episode, I talked about the second thing. You have to be the nastiest, sluttiest version of yourself possible. It's by doing things with him sexually that you haven't done with other men, and ideally that he hasn't done with other women, that you will most effectively communicate your interest and attraction.
Wait a minute, I did not expect this from this white guy, man. I expected some like hold his hand, look at him in the eye. I mean, I did not expect him to go borderline Diddy party like that. Hey, yo, what? Okay, psychologist. Okay.
Satisfy his libido proactively, and due to the refractory period, you've got de facto exclusivity. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about the third thing, the unbreakable rule.
What's that?
Now, I'm sure a number of you women watched those first two episodes and said to yourselves, Orion, that's not it. I did both of those things. Look at me. I look good. No man has ever had complaints in the sexual department. I take care of all that. And I do everything for my man. I cook, I clean, I look after his kids, I do his taxes. I mean, like, Orion, you do not know what you are talking about. I've done both of those things, and it still doesn't work. Okay, I believe you. If you did the first two things and it still didn't work, there are only two real possibilities here. The first possibility is that you have a love savior complex. This is basically the female equivalent of the white knight complex in men. You choose messed up project men who you think you can improve through the healing power of your love. This is the Beauty and the Beast delusion, and it doesn't work. I mean, it's a fairy tale, ladies. It's not meant to be taken literally. If this is you, just like those white knighted men, you have to take a deep, long look at yourselves and heal whatever part of you believes that you are not enough. Fix yourselves and you won't have to fix men.
So when we talk about healing, we're not talking about healing your relationship with this person or healing or quitting habits. Really, at the core of it is teaching your body how to go from extreme excitement to calmness, from extreme unhappiness to calmness. Training yourself how to do that is how you heal. Now, with that, what will happen is that you might realize you might need to quit certain drugs. You might realize you might need to stop certain relationships. But what you're teaching us, what you're observing is, what are the things that brings me crazy highs, and stop doing that? What are the things that brings me crazy lows, and stop doing that? And then teach yourself how to retrain yourself to be more in a middle state, like where you don't need highs or you don't need lows, right? Or when you're low, you don't need to take something to bring you back up, because naturally your body is like a thermostat where you say, okay, at 60 degrees is this thermostat. And when temperatures get higher, the thermostat turns on and it cools it down. When temperatures get really low, the thermostat turns on and brings it back up. Some people don't have that thermostat on. And so what they try to do is, rather than fix the fundamental problem, which is you don't know how to go from unhappiness to peace, from crazy highs and happiness to peace. You don't know how to do that. So you got to train yourself. And how do you do that? Well, you train yourself in the moment. So right now, if I feel, for example, today, I sometimes wake up with almost like a feeling of emptiness, right? It's not existential, but you know what I mean, right? So every morning I wake up and meditate 30 minutes. I don't do it all the time, right? Okay, I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I'll meditate 10 minutes. It's okay. Or sometimes I'll just be conscious of my breath as I'm doing something. But what happens is that I eventually find myself in a peaceful state. That's how you heal. Now, with that comes with, you realize, oh shit, you know what? I eat burgers every day and I don't like the fact that I can't control myself sometimes. Let me stop eating burgers every day. So then so now you train yourself and you give yourself the discipline. Your body says, oh, I want to eat that burger. You're like, relax. And so your unhappiness because you don't have the burger goes back to a middle state. And what you want to do is, oh my God, I want the burger. Go back to a middle state. That is healing. That is what we need, because from that radiates every other positive behavior. Everything that you need to do, giving people distance, giving people space, all of those things come from training your mind to be in that peaceful state. If that makes any sense. Let's continue with the video. Where is he?
So that's the first possibility. But to be honest, the second possibility is much more likely. If you're still not with the man you want, it's very likely that you're in this situation because you violated the unbreakable rule. This means that you did the one thing that you absolutely, positively weren't supposed to do, which is what this episode is about. This rule is a trump card. If you violate this rule, it doesn't matter if you do the other two things. And I know for a fact that there are a lot of you out there breaking the unbreakable rule. You might be doing it right now. That's how common it is. So, what's this unbreakable rule?
What is it, man?
To paraphrase Solomon, purportedly the wisest man who has ever lived, a wise woman builds a house with her hands and tears it down with her mouth.
Oh, I knew it.
With her mouth. The reason, ladies, why you are still single after doing the other two things is because you ran your mouth. The unbreakable rule is that you can't ever disrespect the man you want to be with. Period. You have to remove every single iota of disrespect from your communication. It's a going out of business sale. It's all got to go. This means not a single critical word or a contemptuous glance or an impatient sigh. It's all got to be exercised from your communication. And if you don't do this, you will continue to snatch defeat from the jaws of success time and time again.
The Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart speaks the mouth. If you have unobserved emotions, if there are emotions in you that you don't observe because you react to them, you're going to have a lot of things to say. A lot of things to say. You stop the inner dialogue. The inner dialogue in your mind that he's talking about is fueled by lack of awareness of your inner reality, which is awareness of the body, awareness of the breath. And so when he's talked about impatience, judgment, and a lot of it is just you replaying your past, right? And it's really pent up tension, right? When you speak, you release tension, and that's your way to self-soothe, right? And in my opinion, like what I always say, to fix that problem, in my opinion, is having awareness of the body. When you have awareness, you don't produce thoughts. I mean, literally, like you don't produce thoughts. And that capacity allows you to break certain patterns, because a lot of patterns start with a thought, right? A thought and an image. You break that pattern by bringing awareness to the body, And all of a sudden, those thoughts and images are not created. Or maybe they're not created, but not with the same intensity, right? That's why I'm such an advocate of practicing meditation. I'm such an advocate because that's really all you need to do. And what sucks is that there are so many alternatives that when I tell you guys to meditate, you guys will hear from here and it'll come out the other ear, right? What he's really talking about is being at peace. But the problem is that some people have so many bad experiences with the opposite sex that you hate men. And I understand it. So many bad experiences causes hatred towards men. I get it. Like, I know, because men could be fucking assholes. But you got to learn how to not fight the last war, meaning don't bring what happened in the past to now. The problem is that when you tolerate bullshit from your exes, it's hard not to bring that in the moment. And what does that mean? What that means is that you find people that are not good and you try to change them. And that's when you deal with bullshit. Stop trying to change people. Oh my God, Father Alex is pointing his finger at us. Yeah, because y'all legit try to change people, man. And then because they don't change, you complain about it. You got to find someone who's ready.
Now, before I go any further, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider sending this episode to someone who might benefit from its message, because it's word of mouth referrals like this that really help to make the channel grow. You may also consider hitting the thanks button and tipping me in proportion to the value you feel you've derived from this episode. It's your support that helps make all of this possible. I really appreciate it. Now, let me go off script for a moment and give you an example of what I was talking about. Many years ago, a female who was close to me gave me a call, all distraught. Apparently, her boyfriend had taken her out for dinner on Valentine's Day. And as they were eating dinner in the middle of the restaurant, apparently, this man just decided to start yelling and screaming at her and berating her and criticizing her before storming out of the restaurant. And this woman was distraught and wanting to know how she might navigate this situation. And I began by responding, okay, I don't really believe that that's how things went down. She said, well, what do you mean? I said, I don't know this guy, but I doubt that he's psychotic. And a normal adult man does not just sit in the middle of a public restaurant and start yelling and screaming at his woman on Valentine's Day. So there must, I'm not saying he should have been screaming at you. I wasn't there, but there had to have been something that you said or did that triggered that interaction. And that suggestion that there was something that that woman might have said or did to set this guy off, set her off again. Yeah. And she started yelling and screaming at me. Why you take this man's position? I can't believe you would take his side. And she hung up on me. And that was the end of that. So it's like, not only do women often not appreciate that they might be contributing to their own difficulties, they don't want to hear how they might be contributing to their own difficulties, even when they ask for how they are contributing to their difficulties. So I'm going to take one for the team here because I'm on a screen, so you can't really, come after me.
Trust me, they'll come after you.
I'm going to tell you the things that a lot of men might have tried to tell you in the past, but you might not have reacted in a positive way.
Yeah, that's the truth, man. Like, ladies, there are so many people that cater to you guys. Remember Derek Jackson? Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, and the problem is that guys are scared. Like, too many guys are just scared of pissing you off. We're gonna go to a quick little commercial break so that we can pay the bills here, people, because the channel's dying. All right, let's pay the bills. We're gonna go to a quick little commercial break because this topic goes along with my course, Emotional Mastery, people. Yeah, that's right. Emotional Mastery is a course that I created that will teach you guys how to develop presence and develop self-esteem from that presence. It's a 5-week course. First week, teach you guys how to develop a meditation practice. Like, just check it out here, people. And if you don't like it, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. It's a course that's meant to take you from low self-esteem through to high self-esteem, not through feeling better or showing off, no, but through observing your emotions and seeing that your emotions could go from unhappiness to happiness. That is what develops true self-esteem. Not self-talk. No, that doesn't. It's seeing yourself go from unhappiness to happiness, because unhappiness is an illusion. It feels permanent. And that lowers your self-opinion. So check out this course. It's a course that I created for guys who struggle with meeting women. And so if it helps with guys and approach anxiety, it'll help with almost any form of anxiety. It's not therapy, since we're talking with Anna, and it's not therapy. But it's a course that I know, it's everything that I've learned in the last 10 years of practicing meditation, of teaching the inner game, of working in the field of counseling. All of that is in this course. It took about 3 years to create. So hopefully you guys can purchase it. And if you guys don't like it, I'm not going to close the channel. If you guys ask for a refund, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. All right. And look at this, people. Melissa is the one who's on this. Yeah, that's right. So purchase it now or else I'm closing the channel. Let's go back to the video. All right, we're back. The channel stays open.
To that feedback. Okay. All right. Women, the shit I have heard you say in my lifetime, if I were to say to another man, I would get knocked into next fucking week. You have to understand that a man is like both an angel and an animal.
Hey,
we're not all good and we're not all bad.
Okay.
And the animal is going to respond how you would expect an animal to respond. Disrespecting, criticizing, or attacking a man is going to arouse the animal in him. Expressing contempt for a man while at the same time expecting that he exercise perfect angelic patience and self-transcendence with you doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? You wouldn't go around slapping rattlesnakes or mocking grizzly bears or shaming wild dogs, would you?
You never know.
We wouldn't say there was anything fragile about those animals if they were to respond in line with their natures, would we? Now, I am definitely not advocating that men respond to women's attacks in kind in any way.
I'll say this. It's really resentment. It's just that, like, a lot of women just feel resentful towards men. And usually, I swear to you, the resentment, a lot of it is just because they stay with the wrong person for too long. That's really it. Like, your tolerance of trying to change someone gets you so fucking pissed off at men that you start to hate every man that walks. It's just that simple. Like, you just get pissed off at guys. And that's why when somebody's not right for you, you got to get the fuck out as soon as possible, because it'll ruin how you view men in general. You got to get the hell out. Trying to, ask anyone who stays with a cheater. They're done. You'll stay with him and you'll be able to track his phone. But the next guy you're with, you're going to try to do the same shit. Listen, stay, like Robert Greene says, stay away from the unhappy and they're miserable and the cheaters and the liars, because they will change you. They will change you. Oh my God, Father Alex is interrupting Les. All right, we'll see. We'll see. I better not get demonetized or I'm coming after all you guys.
Men should never fight with a woman, ever.
No.
It's just not worth it because there's no real way.
I remember I watched this video of this girl who was dating this drug dealer who went to prison for kidnapping, assault, all that shit. And they were dating, and then he got arrested again. But now he had houses, he had money. He was like, all right, y'all. It's in Philly, actually. He was like, hold this down until I come back. He came back, and you know what she did? She blocked him. But then she started posting on social media all the money. She started opening up businesses with his money. And then he would call her. He was like, bitch, you got my money. I swear to God, I'm going to come and kill you. He even said that. And then she kept blocking him. And she will mock him on camera. You know what he did? That dude came to the barbershop in North Philly and shot her in front of her kid. And people are like, oh my God, why? How did that happen? And I'm like, are you really asking how did that happen? I mean, antagonizing a fucking Philly dude with a fucking long beard in North Philly, antagonizing him. You think that's really gonna go well? Honestly, even I was scared. What the fuck? It's like, I don't understand. Why would you even antagonize someone with a criminal record? Right? I don't know where that comes from, antagonizing guys. I really don't understand where that comes from, but it's a very dangerous game.
Win. So if men can't really respond and women continue with the disrespect, what's the only thing that men can do?
Cheat.
Leave.
Cheat.
Which is what they do.
Yeah.
No amount of sex or assistance is enough to compensate for a disrespectful woman. And it's a very stupid woman who forces a man to choose between her and his own peace of mind, especially since other women exist who will not force him to make that decision.
That's why they go out. That's why
Now,
they go
does
overseas.
this mean that you have to
Passport
like
bros.
everything that your man does? No. Does this mean that you have to agree with everything your man thinks? No.
Hey,
Does this mean that you have to turn a blind eye to every mistake he makes? Definitely not. But does this mean that you have to find ways to differ, disagree, and correct without disrespecting him? Abso-fucking-lutely. And you can do it. Respect is a quality of action. If you can do something disrespectfully, I guarantee that you can do the same thing respectfully.
Yeah.
So you're going to need to remove all the disrespectful components of your communication in order to get and keep the man that you want.
The problem, we got to get feminism out the door. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, got women like Shira 7 telling women to get the money from, like, there's just too much objectification. Just like the red pill objectifies women. We gotta get these extremes out the fucking way. We gotta get it out the way. There's just too many extremes in these situations that men hate women and women hate men. It's just how it is, man. It's that simple.
And for the record, this doesn't just mean communication with the man in question. It means all of your communication about the man in question to your friends, your family, your coworkers. Do not complain about your man to other people. It's a bad look, lady.
That girl was posting videos and social media about how much of a bum that guy is. And it's like, yo, like, I don't get why you would do that. He has a criminal record. He's known he kidnapped people. You know that. I mean, you went to the dispositions. Like, why are you doing that? And they're like, hey, I got your money, bitch. And it's like, yo, like, why are you antagonizing a dude? And he would literally leave voicemail. I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's telling you what he's gonna do. He's like, I'm gonna come over in front of your kid. I'm like, he's literally telling you, girl, stop it. It's just, I don't understand. I don't understand. Now, this is that. Oh, look at this video, people. I get dog videos all the time. Look at this. I want to watch that one right there. Oh, that's a cute little dog video. I'm gonna have to watch it after this.
Is because who the fuck chose that man?
Oh, when white
Did
people
he
curse.
bonk you on the head and drag you off like a caveman? It was your choice to be with that guy. You worked to get him in most cases. So
He's the
talking
victim.
shit behind a man's back only makes you look foolish. And of course, all of that talk eventually gets back to the guy anyway. The way to keep yourself safe here, ladies, is to pretend that you're talking to whoever you're talking about. Again, pretend you're talking to whoever you're talking about. Follow this advice, and it will be much, much harder for you to break the unbreakable rule.
I'll be honest with you. If a lot of these problems come from women who never had a father figure, so they resent men because the mother talks shit about men. That a lot of this comes from single motherhood. If I'm being honest, like I don't wanna, like, you know what I'm saying. So it comes down to family structure. What type of family and I mean, talk to a girl who never had her dad and ask her what she thinks about her dad. She'll be like, fuck that nigga. Fuck that dude. So now the primary male figure in her brain, she hates it. So what happens? Every other man, she's gonna project those lingering feelings onto normal dudes. It's just that simple.
Finally, women, you may need to appreciate that you could be communicating disrespect to men in unintentional ways.
Yeah.
Remember, in this case, it doesn't matter whether or not you think something is disrespectful. It matters whether he thinks something is disrespectful. The cat decides what milk is good. You can see my episode, Respect Means Different Things to Men and Women, for more on this topic. The easiest way to approach how men understand respect is to examine the military. Militaries are created by men for men, and they codify all kinds of masculine ideals: honor, duty, status, and respect. And the easiest way for anyone to mentally test whether or not some behavior could be construed as disrespectful is to imagine whether or not you would do that with a superior officer. Ladies, if you wouldn't say that in that way to your boss or your CO, then do not say that in that way to your man. That's the unbreakable rule. You can't ever disrespect the man you want to be with, not once. This means words, this means gestures, facial expressions, tones of voice. This means things you do and things you passively aggressively don't do. Get rid of it all. You can keep your man or you can keep your disrespect.
Yeah,
but you may not be able to keep both. The choice is yours. True. So let's recap. Women can get any man that they have direct access to, even if they're not extremely attractive. The master key, the way to get your foot in the door, is to be useful, because that allows you to enter into progressively more intimate dimensions of his life. Once you're there, the hook, the way to capture a man, is to be the nastiest, sluttiest version of yourself, because this is the principal thing a man can get from you that he can't get anywhere else.
Hey, ladies, look, I'm not saying that shit. He's a psychologist. He's saying it, okay? Look, I don't know about that. I'll be honest with you. I don't know about that. I mean, like, look at King of the Hill, Hank and Peggy, right? They didn't have crazy sex lives and they worked. It comes down to the examples that they had. Date a man whose family has what you want. The stability. You need to judge a man's family harsher than anything you could. If judge his fucking dad. If dad cheated, get the fuck away. If they have a dysfunctional where dad and mom are alcoholics, get the fuck away, because that's gonna repeat in your life. Judge a man's family life. I'm sorry, like it's I that's literally what predicts what type of guy you're gonna date.
And finally, you keep your position by honoring the unbreakable rule, eliminating every single form of disrespect from your communication. If you follow these three
steps. Yeah, I agree. Let me know what you guys think about this. I agree. And look, if you struggle respecting men, you have to. It's really bitterness and sadness and anger. Nothing wrong with that, but again, bitterness happens because you don't know how to recover from that. You don't know how to deal with those emotions. And so you project your inability to deal with those emotions is projected on bitterness because you don't know how to get over it. And you learn that through literally practicing meditation. That's literally how you do that. Every other way is putting a Band-Aid on top of it. It could work temporarily, but it's not going to work long term. Remove any addictions, any friends of yours that talk shit about guys. Don't listen to them, because that's how sometimes you start to hate men through osmosis because your other friends do that. Hey man, let me know what you guys think. I didn't interrupt much. Hopefully Psych Hack don't strike down my channel. If it does, I'm looking at every single one of you guys. You guys be safe, man.